Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know why everyone says that, you know it's my channel you clicked on. I'm going to try and think of something new to say there. I thought I would do something a little bit different for me today. So I really wanted to do like a monthly video that I like. I obviously love to have my luxury stuff, and you know I love talking about shoes and luxury shoes mainly. But I wanted something that, you know, you could regularly come and check up on and see what I'm doing. But I tried January favourites once, so to have my favourite videos. And they just didn't really work for me. Obviously everyone's doing them as well, so yeah, it just wasn't for me. So I thought instead, something that I love talking to my friends about is what they've purchased this month. So I thought what I would do, I'm sure it's been done before on YouTube, I'm sure it has, but for me it's something new. So I thought I would do my, not my favourites, no, not that, what I bought this month. So I'll go through with you what I bought, because you know, if you're regular onto this channel, I have a little bit of a shopping addiction. I love to buy things, and occasionally it will just be one thing that month, which is normally a luxury item where I've like spent all my money on one purchase, and then other times there's a number of things. Obviously you all loved my Zara haul. Thank you so much for watching that. And now we're going to have a bit of this and a bit of that. So first I thought I'd start with my first purchases of the month. And what made me purchase these were that ASOS were doing I think it was 20 or 25% off day, and it was off loads of stuff. I had one of the things in my bag for a while. Do you ever do that where your wish list just builds and builds and builds? So there's one thing I knew that I really wanted, and then another thing that I've wanted for so long, I've actually just written a blog post on them, so I'll link that below. And never really taken the plunge. There's always been other stuff that's kind of gone ahead of it, so I'll show you both of those. So the first thing I did, and I've actually shot a blog post on this, so I will insert a picture here so you can see what it looks like on, is this Villa jumper. So this is a cream coloured jumper. Villa is a brand that ASOS stock. I've had a few jumpers from them before, and for the price, like, they're so reasonable, their items, and they're always really good quality. Like, I've had a jumper from them probably like 4 or 5 years ago, and I still live in it every winter. It comes out, and it's a really chunky turtleneck. This one is a not so chunky, it's more of like your summer or transitional piece. It's very thin, much thinner than your normal. So what I would say is to wear something either skin coloured, or maybe if you want to be crazy, something bold, but something under here that you're not going to be worried about showing off, because just in some lights, not all the time, but it can look a little bit see-through, just because, I don't know if you can see, let me try and show you. Up by the neck there is like this more stitched detail, and it literally just goes in a V here, and the rest is plain. So it's just really around this V where it's a slightly finer knit that you might be able to see a bra through there. So yeah, that was my first thing that I'd seen on someone else, another blogger. I really liked it. I liked how she styled it. I thought it would go great with my culottes, which is what I've put it with in my blog. And yeah, I just really liked it, and it was in the sale for £12, so I thought, why not? My next thing is this. These are what I was telling you that I have been wanting for ages and just haven't taken the plunge. So they're the Stan Smith originals. I know you're all going to know what they are. The reason, sorry, hay fever, so you'll see me itching my nose a lot. The reason that I love these, but I've been unsure on them, is because when I first saw them, I thought they look a little bit like a bowling shoe. Like, this shape is quite rounded and bulk, and I was just like, I love people in them, but I just don't know if I could rock that look. I've got quite skinny little ankles, and I just thought they might look a bit, I don't know, not quite right on me. My brother is absolutely obsessed with like sneakers and trainers, everything like that. And so I asked for his advice. He's like, they're just a classic, easy to wear. I'm on my mind. I know I like them. You see people in them all the time. They do them in all the colours of the rainbow. I have gone for the classic green, and I just decided to take the plunge when I watched that programme about Vogue, and it was like Inside Vogue, and I love fashion so much, and to work in Vogue would be like the dream. And I saw that pretty much everyone had a pair of these under their desk as like their run-around shoe, and I completely got it. That's when it just clicked, and I saw it in my wardrobe, I pictured how I'd wear it, and I was like, I need a pair of these. Inside Vogue was a couple of months ago, so obviously didn't rush to get them. But when ASOS did this sale, I was like, there's no way they're going to discount like classics like Stan Smiths. But they did. So yeah, I got these 20-25% off, and this is really gross, but yesterday I went to watch my boyfriend do open water swimming in a lake, and I trod in goose poo, so that's me cleaning what I can. It's like really dry, but it's not nice, so I've got to sort that out. But it's like dried grass. I'm not touching the bottoms though. Next thing that I wanted, so this month I joined a gym. Now, I've never really been one for gyms. I have done boot camp for the last maybe like 4 years now. I'm quite an outdoor person. I like doing that. But the only thing with boot camp, it was set times and set days. And I just was finding that it was really hard for me to get there. And working out twice a week is not really ideal. So I took the plunge and joined my friend who's been at a gym for ages. I know that she's super motivated and she won't go for a month and then the novelty will wear off. And I'm pleased to report that so far so good. I've been going like 5 times a week, enjoying it, really loving it. Excuse me, I've got these out the wash to show you, and they're inside out. So I wanted a new gym piece to inspire me. A lot of my stuff were quite boot campy, and I know this sounds terrible, and you will understand this if you're at a gym. It's almost like a bit of a fashion show. Like, you can't go in your tatty old trainers and mismatching clothes. So I wanted something that was slightly more gym style. So I obviously went to Sweaty Betty. Sweaty Betty is my favourite. Well, it's my favourite, and I also love Lululemon as well. So I love those 2 styles because they really incorporate practicality but also help you look good. So I went for these beauties. I absolutely love them. I'm sure you've seen them on social media because they've been a really popular style. They come in 2 different lengths. So I got the capri, which means they cut off kind of mid-calf, and you can see there. And then they also do a full length one. Now the full length one has black up here, like a black band, which I really loved, but I just didn't want them full length. Like, working out in the gym has been so difficult for me in the sense that I'm used to having a breeze while I'm working out because I'm outdoors normally, and then this is just like suffocating. I want to be in the tiniest clothes possible without showing everyone all my bits. So I wanted the capri. I also wanted the matching top, but once I tried it on all together, it just looked a bit too much. The pattern for me was just too harsh, and also I quite like mixing and matching anyway. So but what I was going to say is the full ones have a black band across here, and that actually looks better if you want to get the matching top because it kind of has that black to break it up. Whereas I find with the capri ones, it ends here, you have like this much skin showing, and then this pattern goes again, and it just looks a little bit too much for me personally. I'll show you this pattern up close, but I am sure that you've all seen this. And every time I wear them, they get noticed. Something else I love about them is the second time I wore them, I was in super healthy mode. I made myself a smoothie, all the berries, and I spilt my smoothie down my legs, but it just slid off. I did it and I was like, shit, this is berry, it's going to have stained all down my leg, and it just wiped off. So they're also a bit water resistant, I would say. I don't know if it tells me that. No, it doesn't tell me that, but the berry has not stained, but they do need to go in the wash because I bought in there. So I told you I wanted to buy the matching top. I couldn't obviously do that because it just didn't look quite right. So I bought this reversible top from there. I don't know if you can see the true colour. Yeah, there we go. So it's like a plummy purple and it's reversible. It has a mesh back. Let me show you. Yeah, so you can see up here it's like a mesh. And I really liked it because it was reversible. I felt like I was getting my two tops in one. So I've got my black, which is obviously the one that's easiest to wear. So I have worn this a lot with that pant I've just shown you. Those leggings even, pant, I'm not American. Yeah, so that side. But then also if I'm wearing black bottoms, then I can add a bit of colour to it, and I've got my plum. So I've been loving this. Only thing I would say, but I don't know how they can tackle this, is that they put a tiny label in. So they have done everything kind of to get rid of it. They've put a tiny label in, but it just means when you reverse it, you do have a tag. So I think I'm going to cut that out, but it just makes me nervous because I don't want to wash it wrong. But it's a 40-degree wash, so if I want to look back, because I've cut it off, 40 degrees. So yeah, that was my Sweaty Betty splurge. I also did that splurge. I've been so money saving this month on a Harrods 10% off day, so I've got 10% off that as well. So 10% off that, 25% off my ASOS, and here's then when I got naughty, because I went to Oliver Bonas. How do you say that, guys? Because whenever I say it, I sound like I'm saying boners. But anyway, I love the store. I've never been in there for clothes before. I really love it for like interior stuff and books, and I always buy presents from there. But I've never bought clothes from there, and I'm sure that everyone would have seen this skirt because Holly Willoughby wore it on this morning, and I already had my eye on it, but I hadn't taken the plunge. And then I saw her in it, and I was like, no, everybody's going to buy that skirt. And then everyone had bought it, sold out. Luckily, in stores hadn't sold out. So if you want this skirt, I would recommend contacting the stores and seeing if they have your size. I particularly recommend Richmond, which is where I bought my Oliver Bonas stuff, because they were honestly the best customer service I've ever had. Like, they went above and beyond. So I really wanted this skirt here. Again, I've already shot this for the blog, so I will insert a picture so you can see it on. It's got a nice elasticated waistband. If you want to know prices as well, guys, I will pop that below. I think this was $59.50, something like that. And the colours in it are just so beautiful. So you've got like the greys, the creams, and the like pastel pink. It's just a really beautiful skirt. What I would say is it does puff out once it's on because it's got another layer. It does come out slightly at the hip, so just be aware how you layer it. But I even love this kind of pleated skirt with like a really big baggy jumper. That's a really nice look. I love that. Anyway, I wrote a whole post on this. So again, I'll link it below if you need it. But the customer service was really good. I told them that I was looking for a shirt, which was also sold out. And she's like, don't worry, I'll order it in for you. And there's literally, I called like 50 different stores and they said they didn't have it. And then when I showed up to pick up the skirt, I was like, they're not going to have found that shirt. And they had. So Richmond, Oliver Bonas in Richmond, I love you. Because the shirt, again, I've just picked this out the wash. So very, very creased. I'm sorry about that. I'll put a picture here of how it looks lovely and not creased on. And this is their vacation shirt. This shirt is not my usual style. However, picture it really nice crisp white jeans on a summer's day, really laid back, cool. And this, I mean, it's edgy, it's cool, it's really thin, light material for holidays, and I had to get my hands on it, and obviously so did everyone else, because like I said, I couldn't find it anywhere. But again, give Richmond a call and they found it for me, so I am super impressed with that. That can now go back in the wash. So yeah, Oliver Bonas did very well this month with me because I'd never shopped there before. I purchased those 2 items and now I'm obsessed. Like, I really love the clothing there, so it's going to be on my regular browsing history. The final thing that I bought is actually this colour on my lips. Let me come close. So it's quite dark and quite edgy. It's called Oh Lady, and it's the Retro Matte Liquid Lipstick from MAC. This lipstick is exactly me. I love colours. Nudes are just so easy to wear, and I always say have a good selection of nudes. I do love rocking something really deep and strong and different, and so when I went to MAC, I was not intending on buying anything. I went with a friend and we were going to pick a new colour for her, and then I was talking to the sales assistant and I was telling her that I loved Glastonbury from Charlotte Tilbury, and she was like, oh my gosh, if you love that, you're going to love this shade. And so I tried it and I did just fall in love a little bit, and I do actually line it with the Charlotte Tilbury, what's it called? I'll insert it here, the name of it. The liner, which goes with the Glastonbury, so it's a really deep plummy colour. And I just really like how, I love that a prominent lipstick can change your look and immediately make it look like you've put a lot more effort in. Something I would say is make sure you liner first, because if you're going to take this straight to the lip, it's much harder. You're making your job much harder because it shows any kind of area that you've, what's the word I'm looking for? You've not filled it in right, and any wonky lines or bit jaggedy lines, then you're going to see. Sorry, we're getting the road done at the back of our house and it sounds like they're like coming through the wall. God knows what they're doing. So yeah, I would say if you like a strong lip, if you want to make people think that you've put a lot of effort into the makeup, you can leave the eyes quite bare and just go in with something strong. But obviously you've got to feel confident in it. A lot of people I know would not pick up this colour to wear it every day. But for me, this is a colour that I love and I'm constantly reaching for it since I bought it. So I'm very happy with my purchases this month. I've got a bit of everything in there. Got some shoes, got some gym gear, and then I've got makeup and fashion. So I've gone had a little bit of everything. I hope you like this. Let me know. I'm going to do it for a few months and just see how I get on. But I love talking to my friends and finding out what they've bought this month. So I just thought, you're my friends. I'm going to tell you what I've really liked this month. And next month, I already have my eye on something which I've been wanting for ages. It's quite pricey and it's for the summer, so I always get a bit hesitant on spending money when you know you can only wear it for certain events in the summer. Do you know what I'm talking about? But I got, from Vogue, I got 15% off code. So I think I'm going to take the plunge now while I've got 15% off. So you will see that in next month's what I bought this month. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give me a thumbs up just so I can get like an idea of if this is something people want to watch. And I will see you next time. Thanks guys.